You're gonna start beatboxing right now, or?
And we're back in the saddle again. That was good. That was our intro.
I think we should ditch this whole podcasting thing and start a band.
Yeah. So
put this down.
It has been 18 months since we recorded the last one.
Oh, that's a year and a half, if I did the math right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because we left people on a cliffhanger.
What was the cliffhanger?
What the name of the show would be.
Oh, shit.
Even though we have a title on YouTube.
The YouTube video that's in 144p.
Yeah. So, this title, we gotta get into that, and then we can update our lives from the pandemic, but not in a boring way, because too many people give that story, and it's terrible.
We're a little late to the party too, I feel.
Yeah, it's already over. It's we're back.
Yeah. The second episode that nobody asked for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you want to say what the name of the podcast is so we can get it officially on the podcast?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Wet Sock Podcast. This story came about from thousands of years of thinking.
It's been handed down from kid generation to kid generation.
We were trying to find something that could not only be a decent name, but have an inside joke with it. So, I believe we had subs in Littleton, and you were at the kitchen table, and I was in the kitchen. And
your delivery is just killing me.
I know. I sound like a serial killer.
You're making us be like we stumbled upon one of the greatest scientific discoveries in the history
That's
of man.
what happened, though.
This is basically the invention of penicillin.
This is what happened.
No, I know it's what happened. I was there.
I stepped in a pool of water because I'm so stupid. I was pouring the Brita filter water, and it
wasn't the pool in your kitchen.
No, it just dripped down the side of it,
yeah.
And then I stepped in it, and I was like, oh, I hate wet socks, and then that was it. The Wet Sock Podcast.
Man, that just wets my socks.
It's just, you know what really wets my socks?
Yeah. The entire day we had been going back and forth with just ideas here and there. I think we tossed just the podcast around, but come on, it's somebody's had to have done that. Yeah. Somebody's had to have done that. That's stupid.
It's vague and awkward enough.
Yeah.
It's like the band called The Band.
Yeah.
Right.
The
band called The Band. If you just released a movie called The Movie.
Yeah. I like the restaurant.
Dentist's office called Dentistry and Razors.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
But yeah, the Wet Sock Podcast is something it's gonna catch your attention. It's gonna raise an eyebrow or two. I mean, we got the pretty awesome mascot and then the thumbnail there.
No, that took some talent.
We Googled a stock image of socks and just traced it. It's one of those long tube socks.
Well, we had to figure out how to bend a line in Microsoft Paint. That was pretty challenging. I had Photoshop on the computer, but it was
This was MS Paint. We need an MS Paint for this job.
That was done by hand. There was no There was a lot of technique going into that.
Yeah.
Thing. So it was pretty solid.
Kid Pinch is busy.
What was that other website that you could make memes on? It was
Not Mematic.
No.
Gotta get rid of that watermark.
Cheeseburger.
No. It was it would make all the GIFs on it. You could make the Hank Hill thing with the Doritos and the Mountain Dew.
You're losing.
Yeah, I'll remember it later on. I don't want to ruin the podcast.
All right, make a note of that.
I will.
Rather than scratching on my table here.
I'm so sorry. I did not. My nails are trimmed.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the pandemic.
Let's just address the elephant in the room right here.
Yeah.
It's been done to death. I'm not looking to bring the mood down. I'm not gonna be so what did you do during lockdown?
Yeah, it's I lost 30 pounds, and then I immediately gained 30 pounds back.
And
now I'm the same weight as
I
was a year and a half ago.
And then I got vaccinated, and yeah. There's really not a whole lot to add.
It's pretty terrible. I was trying to think I'd learned some great skills or something. I just did exactly what I was doing, so it's it's not interesting. So we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're just going to move right along. So what do you want to talk about today?
I don't know.
Well, in case anybody's wondering, I sitting on my lap right now is the wonderful keyboard music that you heard in the beginning here. It's this wonderful Yamaha keyboard I've owned since 2nd grade. This thing has... I dug this up just recently and put some batteries in it. It's got some amazing instruments on
Where
here.
did you get batteries?
The store.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
I mean, it takes AA's. You can usually get those anywhere. My parents actually had this TV a while ago. It was one of those like ancient Zenith TVs, right?
Dude, I had the Zenith, and it had...
Did it have? Was it like the bunny ears one, or was it
Yeah.
like? Oh, see, no, we didn't have one of those. Like it was like the one that must have come out after. But this thing was like late.
The not shitty one.
Yeah, no antenna whatsoever. But I just remember the remote was this brick that took size J batteries.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. They
like-
must have stopped making
It's
those.
like the Toys R Us version of batteries. Instead of ginormous with a G, it's like
Ginormous with a J.
Like, you gotta get the size of like a car battery. No, half of it. Can't be a full car battery.
Sometimes I still get J and G's confused. Like sometimes I'll need to see it written out.
Jif and GIF,
Oh, that pisses me off.
right? It's
Yeah.
Jif peanut butter.
No, this really angers me
And
because
GIF for the computer.
no, this
Unless I just
no,
offended
no,
you.
hold on. So it stands for something like what is it? Graphical interchange format or something like
Graphical
that.
image format.
There you go. Not interchange. What am I talking about?
You design roadways and interchanges.
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. But anyways, in either case, the first word is graphical, G, whatever. So, but doesn't the creator of it insist it's pronounced Jif?
Yeah.
With a
Well,
heart?
he's a liar because think of like that actor from Pirates of the Caribbean, Jeffrey Rush,
I was
with
gonna
the
say-
G.
Oh, G off, yeah.
Yeah, these people are just
So you're talking about Connie Depp.
no. Connie Depp.
I was thinking that too.
It's like this movie cast is bullshit. You're all wrong.
Starring Gani Depp.
Oh, remember that story I told you about Juanathan? So basically, I went against my will.
My arm hit the keyboard.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play a sound effect.
No. I get.
Can you do like a cat
I was
noise?
gonna say,
I
put
can
on
keep
the
it.
cat noise
Do the-
when you just accidentally hit it.
Do the cat one, like this, the astray meow for a bad joke.
Oh, that's okay. There we go.
Okay,
all right,
so
Matt, all right,
so
all right, go.
when I was a child, I was forced against my will to go to lacrosse camp, and
That sounds like fucking torture.
it was terrible. There's no AC there, and it's in like the
Lacrosse.
mountains, and like why would I want to leave the house? So we go up there, and there's like a rec room where you have lunch and everything, and you like. We're sitting there, we finish lunch, we go in the back, everyone's like working out, and the camp counselor's like, no one go on the treadmill. You don't have permission to go on it, like, don't touch any of the equipment, nothing.
Okay.
And there's like a bunch of kids there, so like we're all in high school, but these people, like some of them are like 8 or 9. So this kid walks up to the treadmill, and he goes on it, and he just passes like full speed, and he like goes flying off the treadmill into the wall.
Yikes.
And like he actually got pretty hurt. And they're like, "Oh, Juanathan, what happened?" And I was like I wasn't even concerned for his health at this point. I was just like, I thought I heard it wrong. Like maybe I was in shock about what just happened. And they're like, "Oh, is Juanathan okay?" What? What's your name?
I can't.
Oh, it's Juanathan. What? like Jonathan? No.
No, it's
And like,
Juan.
I'm not trying to be like. This isn't a racist thing.
It's not a name you
He's
hear every day.
No, but like, he wasn't like
He didn't.
Latino or anything like that.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. So like,
It makes it even worse.
it was like there's no potential of having
It's
a
not
Juan.
typically someone who got it.
It was a John, and like I was just kind of very confused by that. So he was like a troublemaker at camp, but his name was Juanathan. I've never heard a name like that.
Did everybody call him Juanathan? Was it always full name Juanathan? No one called him Juan for short?
No, it was Juanathan.
Awful.
It's like someone calling me Matthew.
Yeah.
That rattles me.
I get heated when people call me Alexander.
Alexander! What? Like, it's... It's shocking.
Even when my mom would get mad at me as a child, it was never Alexander, it was Alex William. Like, because that's my middle name. Yeah.
My aunt did that. Whenever she was pissed at me, she would be like, Matthew Robert. And I'd be like, how'd you know that was my middle name? She's like, I'm your aunt. But she would do that if I was in trouble. Is that supposed to signify something? I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know. I think is that the purpose of middle names? Just if when you're in trouble?
It's the way Greek people yell at you afterwards.
My mom wasn't the Greek one though.
Oh. That sucks.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Jonathan's pretty bad though. What other cringy names do you know?
I don't know.
I work with a bunch of Swedes and Germans, and we have a supplier that we use called John Guest. They do like water fittings and stuff, but the Swedes all call it Jan Guest because they don't have hard J's.
That makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine if it was Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Seith is probably the worst name I ever heard.
What?
Seith. Seith. It sounds like a disease.
I thought you were gonna say this was Keith with a C that was pronounced wrong.
No.
Like
it's
ceiling?
no. It's Seith.
I thought you were gonna say like S-E-E, like someone's trying to write Seth, and they just like their finger slipped on the birth certificate. And
No.
H.
This poor kid's just like screwed from day one. But yeah, no, his parents couldn't decide on Seth or Keith, so they went with Seith.
No.
Hell, even Keth would have sounded better.
I could have done a Keth.
No, Kev.
Keth. Like Keth, I don't know. Like when I hear Keth, I think of like I don't know, like some like strong like Norse figure. But Seith sounds like I got a bad case of Seith.
I thought Keth was like, you know, in World of Warcraft or something when they say Top Kek because that was annoyed laugh out loud.
No, not Kek.
I know, but that's what it reminded me of.
Oh, I see.
Keth.
What other name combos could there be like that?
Top Keth. So on the way up to your apartment today, or not apartment, condo.
It's a condo.
Goddamn, we'll edit that.
Townhouse.
On the way up to your townhouse.
There we go. Now we're talking.
We're on the highway, and Val was like, "What's in that person's window?" And like, I kind of thought it was a bird, but I was like, nah, it can't be like this. Like,
it's plastic
there's
bag
no way.
like
It's gonna be like a plastic bag or like someone's hair or something. Yeah. So we drive up. We keep going. Shit you not. Passenger window. It's rolled all the way up. Mm-hmm. There's a fucking bird dangling. Like its wing was stuck in the window. And it's just dead and dangling. And the lady's just driving like... It's like, how the shit
They had a rain guard on it. I don't know if that had something to do with it. Like, if maybe something else hit the bird and it somehow got, like...
It's just crazy, though.
How did
like,
he get stuck in there?
Unless, like, it was, like, some... I have no idea. I have no idea how that happened. I was just like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm used to seeing the reindeer things, like the antlers for Christmas.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, but...
There's a dead bird.
It was a dead bird.
It's like, happy 4th of July. We celebrate with dead birds.
I hang my dead bird up.
I always try to find dead birds, and I put them in the window.
One of my brother's coworkers, he used to drive, I don't know if he still does, but one of those Toyota FJs. Like the big, boxy, like, Outback-looking SUVs.
Yeah.
Sure, okay.
And... he hit a turkey on the way in to work one day, but I don't know if I don't think he noted, like, realized, but so he gets to work, and the turkey's lodged in his front grill. Like, they have to pull this, I mean, obviously,
oh my god.
They have to pull this thing out of his car.
How do you not register that you hit a turkey, though? It's like,
he must have registered, but thought it went under the car, maybe?
I don't know, it's like...
Because it was a big turkey.
You'd think there'd be more of a substantial bump than just be like not knowing, like, oh, I hit that deer. Like turkeys can get huge.
Can you keep those after? Like, are they like diseased? Like, you know how like
they're nasty.
You go to like a farm.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that they're not diseased.
Well, you nasty.
I've heard that they're not diseased, but like the meat wouldn't taste good at all.
Super gamey.
Right, exactly.
So it's not like like Thanksgiving turkey. Like
No.
they prepared that with steroids and antibiotics.
It's not like, the succulent white meat. It's probably like all like
Gray.
advanced duck.
It's like
I don't know.
blue. Just this kind of like weird alien species
Purple.
called a turkey.
Like, are you sure that's cooked, yo?
Yep. Nope. It's gone from lavender to violet, so I know
That's how you know it's done. That's how you know it's done.
That's what happens.
Take my turkey medium rare, please.
Yeah.
Oh, God. One thing that pisses me off about turkey is that even if you cook it properly, it's still dry.
Yeah.
I've had it. I've been to Thanksgivings where we do like the fried turkey. Like I've had relatives cook turkey. It just always comes out dry. I don't know if that's just like a standard feature or what.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, how dry do you want this? Like, man, I want it pretty dry.
How about not dry?
Very. I just want to choke on it immediately. So that's what happens.
It's all a campaign by Big Gravy.
That's got to be it. So they sell enough of that. Yeah, exactly. They sell enough gravy.
I used to get
That
frustrated.
nasty Heinz gravy. It's just
Comes out with like the
Don't you
ripples in the
dare!
sand.
Don't dare shit on Heinz gravy.
It's just goopy salt. Like that's all that
beautiful.
it is.
It's beautiful. That's what it is.
I bathe myself
Mix
in
it with water. I'm like Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie. But like, I used to hate Thanksgiving because like, my mom actually made a decent turkey, but like, she would insist on making soup with like the juices and the fat left over.
The remains.
And like,
The awful.
she would
Giblets.
it sucked. Like she would not clean out the pan, and then just put it in the refrigerator because she didn't want to do it the day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Soup's ready.
So like I'm in there and I'm like looking for eggs or like
Eggs.
milk or something like that from the refrigerator, and there's like a carved turkey and it just reeks. And like I'm like, Mom, what are you gonna do with this? She's like, I'm making soup. And it's like, all right, well, can you make it? Like it's taking up 90% of the refrigerator. So
How
I'm
big
like,
was this turkey?
like 30 feet tall.
Or how small was your fridge?
30 feet tall.
One of those
so
college dorm fridges?
One of those college dorm ones. But the soup was terrible. It wasn't brothy. It was like a gelatinous. Is that
Gelatinous.
Gelatinous. There we go.
You were so close.
I was so close. I was thinking Jello. Gelatin.
No.
No.
Gelatinous.
That's what I was trying to do though.
Try again.
By accident. I thought I was smart, but
Almost.
It would be like that, and she would just stare at you intently, like, so how was it?
What
And
do
it's
you
like,
think?
Well, I'm pretty sure I just pancreas cancer because this is fucking terrible. Like, oh my god, worst soup I've ever had in my life. Every Thanksgiving.
I don't mean to detract from Thanksgiving. We're going to circle back to it, but other than this, have you ever had someone just thrust in front of your face like this disgusting meal they made, but they think they did a really good job? That's a serious question.
No, I started laughing when you said thrust in front of my face because that's just like he was just dangling in front of my face and I didn't want it. No.
What do you think?
What do you think? Like, I've seen bigger. No.
It's alright, I guess.
You don't know how many big gas stations I've been to. Yes. Just like someone's giving you a bad meal that they like think is good, not yours. Yeah. No. It's probably like 90% of the stuff my mom makes.
Oh.
Which is probably...
This is trashing your mom. This is not the Let's Trash Matt's Mom's podcast.
No. Okay, 90% of the
Okay,
food
I
my
am
dad...
trashing
Yeah,
it.
I am, but not on purpose. It's just... My mom and my dad were both bad cooks.
Oh, I see.
And they're both still bad cooks. In my opinion. I'm very sorry for offending them. They're not going to listen to this. If they do...
On the off chance.
I'll give them an edited version.
Just redact this part.
Yeah.
We'll play some cat sound
Yeah, I was just gonna say cat noises.
So whenever you talk about your mom, we'll just...
You know who makes the worst food? My...
Okay, now we're cooking.
Yeah. So, no, go on though. Like, do you have a...
I do have one particular story that sticks in my mind. I'm not going to say who, but they tried to make mac and...
Why? No, I just do a cat noise.
No.
One time my friend...
Yeah, so this person named made me some mac and cheese. So anyways, tried to make me some... anyway, so someone tried to make me mac and cheese once using nothing but a microwave and leftover pasta. So we're already off to a fantastic start. But anyways, so they made it all in they took a big Tupperware of leftover penne pasta, and they literally just layered pieces of American cheese on top and just melted it in the mic. It smelled awful. And here, try some. What do you think?
What do you want me to think? How are you supposed to respond to that?
One, it reeked, and two, you literally just melted slices of American cheese over some penne pasta.
Was it even American cheese or the?
No, it was
American cheese product.
No. It was Land O'Lakes cheese, okay. So it's
yeah. I think the last time this happened was
nasty
at the Green Thanksgiving thing. To go back to Thanksgiving, you know how everyone makes their own. It's like a potluck, so people can bring in their stuff.
Yes.
Fuck, I can't tell the story because
I can just.
No, but I don't know. No, wait, who made the cranberry sauce?
I don't remember.
Okay, they can't be at the company anymore.
Probably not. So anyways, made cranberry
sauce, yeah. And it was horrible. I'm thinking that Ocean Spray cranberry sauce, it's very thick.
Not the jelly though.
Isn't it a jelly?
No.
It's in a can. It's in the can.
Well, there's the jelly one, then there's the cranberry sauce that you spoon.
Is it liquid?
It's not liquid, it's a sauce.
Well, hold on. I'm talking about the jelly.
It's a thick liquid.
It's like Jell-O. It's like a thick...
I'm sorry. So this person tried to make...
Yeah.
They tried to make the jellied cranberry.
But I was so poor growing up that I never had any, legitimate cranberry sauce, I don't think. So I had, the thick, Ocean Spray one that takes 20 years to come out of the can because you have to impale the back of it.
What are you talking about? Dude, you take a butter knife and you just go around the edge.
No, because you're going to ruin the perfect spiral indentation.
You're so full of shit.
You're going to ruin the indentation of, of the can onto the cranberry sauce.
I will...
God damn it. So... But, it was so bad.
If I had a can of that shit right now, I would show you on this table. You can get the perfect indents with using a butter knife. You go on the outer rib. Anyways, continue with your story.
No, that's terrible. But so no. I'm used to this cranberry sauce,
the jellied cranberry sauce, yeah.
And I go. Someone was like, "Oh, Matt, did you have the cranberry sauce?" I was like, "No," because there's this vat of liquid there, and it was cranberries, oranges, lemons. There's all these different fruits in there, and I was like, "Fuck is this?" And they're
this isn't cranberries. It's cranberry lemon fruit salad at this point.
Yeah, it's a fruit salad. They're like, "Oh, put it on the turkey." I was like, "No."
How about no?
Why would I do that? This is to cleanse my palate. This I eat this to get rid of all the rich food flavor of Thanksgiving. It's rich food Thanksgiving stuff. Boom, cranberry sauce. It's just a stark change in the palate. And now I can't get that because it's a soup.
No, I mean...
And they're like, what do you think of it? And I was like... Oh. I really liked it. And they're just like, have some more. I was like...
Christ, you
can't make me have more.
You just played yourself.
Oh.
No, I mean I grew up eating the jellied Ocean Spray out of a can stuff, and that's really good. Yeah. I enjoy it. I don't think I've ever actually had cranberry sauce like you're describing, actual sauce, a thick liquid, if you will, because you insist on calling it a liquid.
It's disturbing.
It's just not what you're used to.
No.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, I made spaghetti tonight, but it's like chocolate.
Cranberries themselves are kind of a mystery, anyways. Because I believe, when they first started cultivating them, I mean, if you ever eat just a cranberry fresh off the bush, you can't because it's so unbelievably bitter. Did I stutter?
No. I love eating bush. No, God damn it.
I gotta change up the sound effect. I'm getting tired of the cat.
I know.
I can go back to the pig. Anyway, sorry. I'll turn this down. You keep talking about bush.
No. It's fine.
Right. There we go. Okay.
There we go. No, I don't know. But speaking of weird food things, when I was growing up, my family would always make like the spinacopita, like spinach pie.
Yeah.
And I grew up with it only being like the way my family did it. And then I started meeting more Greek people in Ipswich, and they would bring spinach pie to school for like random like Greek Easter or something like that before vacation.
Yes.
And I'm looking at all of it, and it's like layers of phyllo dough. There's spinach and feta cheese, and more phyllo dough. And I was like, what is that? And they're like, it's spinach pie. I was like, no. My family doesn't make it like that. And of course, my family is the only one that exists, so they're right. And
it's like what every Greek family thinks. Like, my yaya makes it the best.
Oh, it's trash. Fuck. So
what did you use for ingredients in it? Describe for our audience, if you please.
Let me tell you how much phyllo dough is in this. None. It's already the pie's already missing.
It's not a pie then. Now is it? I know.
It's like a.
It's like not a pita.
It's like a lasagna. Yeah. So like it's
just spun. No.
It's literally Ritz cracker and butter base. There's spinach, feta, cottage cheese, onions, spearmint, salt, pepper, garlic, raisins.
What is that?
They said that was spinach pie. That was what I grew up with. And I brought it in, and people were like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "Eat it cold." Like,
what?
Like you can't really eat it hot. You can. It's just
cottage cheese.
Yeah. So like that's what it is, though. And I was like,
"What do all those flavors taste like together?"
They're fantastic. I actually love it still. But I went home to my mom, and I was like betrayed. I was like, "Mom, I was told this was not spinach pie," and she goes, "I gotta let you in on a secret. Your family was poor, and this is the poor man's version of spinach pie." And it was, you had to take all the ingredients left with spinach and just try to make something that, like, held. It was like a fruit pie.
It sounds like a Depression-era recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty interesting, though. Every now and again, I get videos recommended to me on YouTube of people trying out different Depression-era recipes, and there's one that I want to try where it's fake apple pie, but it's mostly Ritz cracker crumbs. And apparently, if you mix that with a couple other ingredients, I think there's like cinnamon, cream of tartar, and like a load of butter, it mimics the taste of mashed up apples perfectly.
Wow.
Whoa.
Dead serious.
There are some good food chemists back then.
Well, I mean, they used what they had. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, there's a recipe, I forget what's in this one exactly, but it's literally called water pie.
No, I was going to tell you about that. Fuck.
One of my friends tried making it, and he's like, "This is not good."
So,
anyways,
there's a Paula Deen YouTube poop where so they recommend
add some butter.
They recommend sauce, but no, they recommend. She takes like recipes recommended by the audience.
Okay.
And they recommend water pie to her. And then this guy made a YouTube poop of it, and it's fucking hilarious because they're just like, you're gonna put 270 gallons of water into a 9x9 tray, and then she just turns to her friend there and it's like, "This is fucking terrible." It's just like water with sugar in it, and they baked it.
Oh my god,
it's so stupid.
I think cream of tartar makes an appearance in that recipe too. I don't know what cream of tartar is, but like it comes up in more than one of these recipes.
I always thought it was for tartar sauce.
No, that's a good guess though.
But like it's not.
I think it helps like you put it in meringue, so then it helps it's like acts as like a leavening agent when you don't have baking soda.
Got it.
Because I know you put it in frosting too, right?
I think you can.
You can?
Yeah. All I know is that the first time I tried to make meringue, I tried doing it by hand. That was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
God. No. This was before I acquired a stand mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how people used to do it back in the day before stand mixers existed.
It was
really
probably terrible. It was probably terrible.
Wrists of steel.
Yeah. Like, I can't possibly imagine that because we watched a bunch of that Great British Bake Off show.
I've heard so many good things about this show.
I've
had people recommend it to me. It's one of those things I know I'm gonna like. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's tough because like when people recommend a show to you, you know that 2 trillion people have watched this show already.
It almost makes me want to do it less.
And you want to do it less. But I will say, it's a good show to watch.
Okay. I was that way for a while, and then I got him to watch it.
Yeah. It's like perfect. I don't know. It's like the most relaxing show you could possibly watch. Like something bad's happening. They're just like, oh, what's happening? It's not a good day. And the narrator's like, Sarah's not having a good day. And like that's basically how it is. It's so like upbeat. Yeah. Like, my dad died. Sarah's dad died. But where's the meringue? The meringue is here. And like it takes 30 minutes to make a good meringue.
I'm sorry.
They have a narrator.
Is this like the narrator from Caillou? Like Caillou's crying. Caillou was very upset.
Caillou got run over by a car.
Caillou got run over by a car.
That's not good.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's I recommend it. But they would I've seen like enough people make meringues on that show now where it's just like I could not possibly fucking do that by hand.
No.
Not at all.
Hell no. Your wrist would just fall off. Here's a question for you. When you're making bread and you have to let the dough rise, is it proving or proofing?
Proving.
I always thought it was like proofing. Like I have to let the dough proof.
You've made more.
I make a lot of bread. I always thought it was proof. Like you let the dough proof for 2 hours. But I've heard
they call it a proofing drawer.
I've heard too many people say proof, and I'm like, I think you're.
I might be wrong.
I don't know.
Proof.
Yeah, proof, not prove. Like
the last. I've only tried.
It has to prove itself to you.
I've only tried doing this once. I was trying to make cinnamon buns for like an office cookout kind of thing.
Yum. I love cinnamon buns.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to make the dough from scratch. Like, fuck that Pillsbury stuff. So I went out. I found that like perfectly gooey, like amazing recipe. I come back. They're like, put the yeast in.
Yeah.
And like you have to make the water be like between 90 and 110 or something like that. Like whatever the temperature.
Yeah, it's got to be warm, but you don't want it too hot to kill the yeast.
So I didn't have a thermometer, so I had like the one that I take my temperature with.
You just put it in 98.6. We're good to go.
Well, I didn't want to put it in the water because I didn't want to like get people sick. So like I put it like next to the glass, and it was, like I was trying to like it wasn't working. Clearly, I'm stupid. I was trying to like connect it to the glass, and it's like 95, and I was like, oh, perfect. Put it in. Like, I put it in, and then they're like, oh, set the oven to 180 while you're proofing it. And, like...
I like how you got both consonants in there somehow.
Yeah, I'm good.
Proofing. Anyways.
That way, if anyone yells at me, I've got my back covered.
Exactly.
But, like, they died. Like, the thing did not rise at all. This thing was heavier than, like, a rock.
Denser than a collapsed star.
Yeah. It was denser than like half the kids in college. You like tell them a joke, they're like, "What?" You're like, "Oh, stop studying." No, it's I don't know. It was terrible though.
I don't know why, but I thought you meant dense as in fat, not dense as in like.
Oh no, I was saying dense as in dumb.
Like dense in the head.
Yeah, is dense like a fat like adjective?
Oh, I have no idea.
A descriptor.
You know what you call, in Greek, I learned this from my grandfather, tuvlo. It literally means brick, but it means like you're dense in the head. Hey, tuvlo.
Wait, there's a music artist called Tovlo.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's tuvlo with an oo.
With an oo. I love that letter. That's my favorite one.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's got an oo in it.
Oh, my God.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your dough.
Yeah, no, it was bad. So I came in with like I made spinach and...
I just brought the dough in.
Threw it at people. I came in with spinach and rice. Oh. So I went from a dessert to like the spinach and rice dish, which they loved.
The spanaco riso, whatever it's called.
Yeah, spanaco riso.
Yum, yum.
And they were like, oh, I thought you were making dessert. I was like, yeah... I also thought I was making dessert at 5 in the morning.
Just put some sugar on it.
Yeah, just please eat this. It looks like shit, though. Like, it really does not look appealing at all. And people were just like, do I eat this?
I mean, there's no good way to, like, there's no good way to make wilted spinach look good, right? No.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Like, wilted spinach is like, not attractive.
Exactly. Like, it's spanakopita. At least you got, like, all that phyllo dough covering it up on top, so it looks amazing when you take it out of the oven.
Chopped up, like...
Nah, you gotta put it in whole.
Really?
The spinach and rice?
Oh my
god.
god.
No, the spinach pie.
Oh, you'd be amazed.
I put that in whole too.
Yeah, like
really?
whenever I make spanakopita, like I'm buying like 3 or 4 of those like packs. Like nobody can see me motioning with my hands, but that's okay.
He's making an alligator jaw.
Yeah, exactly. So
that many.
Oops. So my stomach hit one of the keys.
And with that, we go to our sponsor.
Exactly.
Deodorant.
No, but I'll buy like 3 or 4 of those big plastic containers of spinach, and it always amazes me how when you pour like the egg mixture in, like that spinach really works down into like a small ball you can hold in your hands.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't have to chop it up or anything.
I was sitting there, and the recipe for that spinach and rice one is a pound of spinach,
there
and I was like,
yeah.
what? And it's like, at least like a lawnmower's bag worth of like spinach.
Right.
And I put it in a pot.
You mow
Yeah,
the fields. I want to say after you lawn the fields. That makes no sense.
No.
If you mow the fields, you get a nice big old bag of spinach.
I hoe the fields.
I used to too, but that was in my younger days.
I rescued her.
From the hoe fields?
Yes.
Oh my.
She's now an elegant field. So how it goes.
For anybody out there who hasn't tried spanakopita, it's delicious. Like, find your nearest like Greek restaurant, or just look for it in your local grocery store.
It's in the frozen food aisle.
Yeah, you can find the little like triangles.
Not
of
the
it.
ones I described though. That's for the poverty ones. The normal ones.
Trader Joe's used to have a solid one, then they changed to the round one, and then it was sad.
But it still had the feel of dough.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't the shitty one that I had, but it's still good.
I mean, feel of dough is just good by itself too. Just make sure you baste it with lots of butter.
Ah, you know what we gotta do?
Make a spanakopita. Like right now.
Like a cooking class.
Yeah, that'll be the companion to this podcast. We'll record ourselves cooking.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I did want to.
Podcast.
I did.
Cooking version.
God damn it! I went to dry my hands off, but the towel was already wet.
what's my towel? Doesn't have quite the same punch because like towels do get wet, or they're supposed to get wet. Socks, not so much.
Yeah.
Nothing worsens morale
Than a wet sock.
Yeah, yep. I've been on many a camping trip where it's rained, and that's the worst thing. Wet socks.
I've been on 0 camping trips, but I have walked into like my kitchen, or the worst one, right? Your family members just shoveled outside, and they kicked off their shoes, and they walked in, and like you're walking casually with your socks. You step in a pile of like invisible snow, and you're just like, oh, like
my socks.
My body temperature drops like 30 degrees instantly. I'm paralyzed. It freezes my whole body.
Exactly.
And I'm
The one half marathon I did, it was raining, so I get to the parking lot, and it was pouring rain the whole way there. I was up in New Hampshire somewhere. Open the door, step out, right into a puddle.
Before you started running?
Oh yeah.
Ah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah. It was like an hour before the race started.
I did a race in Rhode Island once. It was a short one, but like a similar sort of thing happened. Only the heavens opened up and it started torrential downpouring. I mean, like it was really, really raining, like advanced rain. And I was like huddled under like some awning with a couple other people, so we were keeping dry, just waiting for it to pass. So it does pass. But it dropped so much rain that it was like, potholes and stuff were filling up like crazy. I think it was the 4th step I took. I go right into Yeah.
Just teleport to another dimension.
It was only a short race, luckily, so.
It was only 1 mile.
The underground level.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Step into a pipe like Mario.
Makes that funky
Those,
noise. Yeah, boom, boom.
Those-
I can't do it.
Like those weird shark things. When I was first, I used to love sharks growing up, and
Flawless transition.
No, it's perfect. So
Okay.
I used to love sharks. Like I knew every single fucking shark. I had a shark book.
They were like this.
Yeah. So my dad was playing Super Mario, and
With a shark?
so you go into the underwater things.
Yeah.
Those white things.
Bloopers.
Oh yeah.
He called them sharks.
Those are squid.
I know. I turned to him.
Yeah, jellyfish. I'm stupid.
I turned to
Anyway.
him. I was like, "That's not a fucking shark." I was like
Squish.
4, and he's like, Matt, that's a shark. Don't get bit by the shark. I'm like, you're a liar. You said you went to Harvard University, but you're calling that a shark. I can't take you seriously right now.
Well, I didn't study sharks.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just unreal. I was distraught.
It's almost as bad as like you're watching a movie and a video game makes an appearance in the movie, but you know that the writers of the script have no idea what the hell's going on in the video game.
Oh, or like when, Ready Player One.
I never saw that, but I'll take your word for it. I'm thinking more like I'm thinking more like The Wizard, like that kind of thing. It's like it's basically like an hour and a half long NES commercial. Great movie. Anyways, but like there are scenes in that movie where they're talking about games and like the references to the games make no sense, and people are like acting, trying to play the games. But they're holding the controller and like aggressively hitting buttons. You're just playing Mario. Like, you don't have to be that aggressive.
I was gonna say, like, those commercials they have for video games where like the people are like they're like pretending to play the game and they're like moving it like this.
That's the movie.
They're like twisting around in a circle like they're moving a steering wheel, but it's actually just like an Xbox controller.
It's not a Wii controller.
And and the commercials are trying to be like super progressive, so they don't show guys playing the games. It's only girls, and it's like, we get it. Like, multiple genders play games, but no one does that with the controllers. Like,
exactly.
I think that could be paid models just like, right. Yeah, I'm killing the bad guy. Like, you're gonna give yourself arthritis if you do that for like 10 more minutes. Like, you need to stop it.
Imagine just a normal person doing that on the couch. What are you doing? Like, thrusting their arms back and forth.
Has anyone thrusted in front of you? Yes.
It's a great word.
I've been impaled.
Brought to you by the makers of Shake Weight.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The food was coming at me so fast. It was thrusted upon me.
The food was thrusted upon me. They asked, do you like the recipe? And I said no, and they forced me to eat it anyway.
It smelled so bad. It was just pasta and cheese, but it somehow smelled horrible. I'm sorry. That's just such a bad one.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Has anyone like ever suggested to you like a hot dog with American cheese on it?
Nope.
So they called these Puerto Rican hot dogs. I don't know. I don't know if that's like. It's clearly not a thing.
No,
but like
it's
that's
not.
what this. So my friend from school, in like middle school, came over to my house, and I was like, "Oh, do you want a hot dog?" And like I had bread, obviously, and he's like, "Oh yeah, can I make a Puerto Rican hot dog?" And he's like, I was like, "What?" No, so. He puts a hot dog in the microwave and put...
We're already off to a bad start.
I know. And then he put 2 Land O'Lakes American cheeses on it.
Oh.
And he put it in there for 30 seconds. And that was what he had for lunch. And I was like... Was there anything
to hold? Did it go on some kind of
bread? It went on a plate. He just ate it.
Forked and knife it? Or did you just go for it?
Fork.
There's a lot of things wrong with that.
Exactly. Because I know Puerto Rican people, and they've never heard of this.
I want to know the connection there. Like, did he just make that up one day?
He must have. But
this is what comes up when I Google Puerto Rican hot dog.
I don't see any American
cheese. It's a very
risky,
risky endeavor.
Did you have safe search on?
For the good of the podcast.
Well, that's really sad. I'm sorry that happened to you. Do you know what a Sonoran hot dog is?
No.
No, they're really good. They're really good. I was out in Tucson, Arizona, early last year, and so Sonoran hot dogs is a hot dog, and it's wrapped in bacon, and then they top it with like beans and cheese, and there's some other stuff, and it comes in a bun. You don't got to fork and knife it.
It's like a chili dog with bacon.
It's so good, so good.
I wouldn't mind that.
See, that's good. It's not 2 pieces of Land O'Lakes. That just sounds so sad.
I know. I was surprised I had the Land O'Lakes. That was the thing. Very, very odd thing.
At least it wasn't thrust upon you.
And I know it was thrust upon him, though.
See, that's fine. I don't care about that.
Yeah, it didn't involve me.
As long as nobody's thrusting anything on me, we're not gonna have any problems.
So now for a message from our sponsors. Do you ever go to a party and people look at you funny and you realize you smell like shit? New from the store, it's deodorant. If you're sweating and giving off an odor that could be hurting people's feelings sensually, apply deodorant because that'll help you. Thank you. So speaking of ads, that was a great ad read. Do you ever get those clickbait ads?
The instructions were unclear. I'm not sure where to apply the deodorant. I don't know which store to go to.
You just gotta.
What does the deodorant smell like? What if it smells like ass?
No, it's like these stupid things at the end of the articles that you read.
Oh, right. Yeah, like...
Pour salt down your drain at night. Here's why.
And it's a stock image of somebody pouring salt. Okay, that's a good one.
Pour vinegar on your garden and watch what happens.
All your plants die.
Yeah. It's freaking acid.
Independent contractors are doing this for peace of mind.
Retiring.
The fuck are they doing?
I think my favorite ones are the ones they get your location and they target where they take like a generic headline and it targets where you are.
Do this immediately if you have diabetes. But this is that
fucking
cranberry sauce. See, there's no way you could put a knife around this. And like,
I don't know, because it's like...
Right? If you get this when you do the butter knife?
Yes.
Oh,
I do.
Things like
crazy.
Jello mold.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It just came out. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is clear, but to our audience out there, Matt's looking at one of those clickbait articles, and the picture just so happens to be a picture of a jellied cranberry sauce fresh out of the can with the imprints of the can on the side.
Yeah, it's the tradition. You gotta get the perfect...
Maybe
you got the little, like...
There is a crack there. There's an imperfection.
Yeah.
There's an imperfection. Maybe the next episode I could show Matt how to take it out of the can and you can hear the sound effects.
Probably. But the picture under this is the most dangerous bridges in
Oh, it's one of those...
There's nothing... It's a road. There's nothing supporting the bridge.
No. Like, scroll down a little bit more. It's like... It's one of those images where...
I have to go this way.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, unsold car clearance sale going on in Pepperell, Mass.
That's what I'm talking about.
Meanwhile, it's like a parking lot of probably 2,000 cars.
It'll take some kind of headline and then just insert the name of wherever the hell you are. So it could say something like, "Beautiful homes in Dorchester, Mass." And it shows this gorgeous villa in Italy overlooking the ocean, and it's like, that is not Dorchester.
There's no fucking way that's Dorchester.
Yeah.
You're like waiting to get shot.
There's
like grocery carts everywhere with like people's belongings in them.
Mark Wahlberg is following you home.
Basically, yeah.
Like,
and you're almost waiting to see a watermark on these pictures. They're just so like stock imagey.
Yeah.
Like, if you went to Google Italian Villa, that'd be the first picture that showed up. But, judging from the article, it's gotta be Dorchester.
This is one of my favorites. It's the one that says Massachusetts drivers with no DUIs are getting a big payday in December.
But the man is holding a license from New Jersey.
It's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid. And there's another one.
That's definitely one of those clickbait ad tropes. It's always old person holding something up.
Yeah.
No, because it's like you have the ones with the licenses, but then there's also ones like homeowners over the age of 86 are in for a big surprise. And it's like this old guy holding up like the deed to his home or something.
Well, this one, Massachusetts launches a new practice for cars used less than 50 miles daily.
Where's that license? That license is Indiana. That's not even remotely close.
But he has a birth certificate.
Why is he holding his birth certificate up?
What the fuck does that have to do with the car?
Is it from the 1800s? Look at that.
Yeah, like look at this. It's black. David Orr. It's Bobby Orr's cousin. Like, this is so stupid. Like what's the point of this? Like, I don't know. But you know what the point is? That's my dream job.
What, to make clickbait articles?
Yeah, 100%. I would pay money to work at a place like that. I would love to look for random images on Google and then just come up with a stupid fuck title on it. Like,
the name on the license was like something Bates too.
Yeah, it's just a different license.
Norman Bates.
Yeah.
You gotta save that stash. That's good.
Oh yeah.
I'm great. Wow, crap. But yeah, the ones that zero in and learn your location are pretty good. All the health tips are my favorite though. I saw one that was like this one clever trick to cure diabetes, and it's someone tucking a shallot into one of their socks.
I like this one. Put vinegar on bread and leave it in your garage. Here's why.
That's like something you'd see on TikTok.
Like, why would I do that? Oh, this is the one you were mentioning earlier. A cat gives birth, but then the vet realizes their kittens are not cats. They're hedgehogs. I like this one. The one and only WD-40 trick everyone should know is spraying it into the gas intake on a car.
Oh, that's not good.
Turn your car into like a cannon.
Deepest hole on Earth permanently sealed after finding a 2 billion year old fossil. This is just in Russia, like from a landfill.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would they? No. And they're gonna click on it. I'm pretty sure.
Viruses.
Exactly. You'll get viruses or just nothing to do with the title.
Exactly. No, it's ridiculous.
Another one I see all the time is there's a picture of like oh god there's a picture. There'll be a picture of just like three young men standing next to one another, and it's like,
I know what you're gonna say.
It's something like this one business in Pepperell, Mass, is making millions.
It's just these kids like looking at they're like pointing. They're the ones making the ads.
Right.
It's like a high school yearbook photo.
Wait,
for like the group of friends.
One more good one I remember seeing is. It's a picture that was clearly taken in Arizona or like somewhere in the desert, but it's this house with solar panels in the backyard and like no grass for miles. Homeowners in Massachusetts are going to be in for a big. Who falls for this shit?
Dude, everyone. Well, there's another one. Man finds weird cave in Pepperell, enters it, and drops to his knees. Like, there's no fucking...
What qualifies as a weird cave?
Yeah, like, there's no cave in Pepperell.
Oh my... Again with the WD-40.
There's another WD-40 one just pointing at your broken phone. Like...
Spray WD-40.
It's so ridiculous.
That's almost as bad as when people fell for Apple Wave, where you could recharge your phone if you put it in the microwave.
Oh, no.
What?
People would do that. Honest to God, look it up. That's almost as bad as, Oh, geez. I think this was a whole thing that people on either 4chan or Reddit did, but...
As a joke, right? Like, they tried to convince people to do this.
People actually did it. That was one thing, but the thing I'm thinking of is, if you want to block trolls on Reddit or 4chan, then all you have to do is delete your C drive.
Oh, my God.
If people did it...
Wasn't there a thread to like get people to delete their System 32?
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's
not the C drive. The System 32. That's the one I'm thinking of.
They're just like, oh, are you getting annoyed by these people messaging you? Yeah, no, terrible.
Just delete System 32.
Delete System 32. It'll really help. Like, it's just going to get rid of any communication with people and their whole entire system.
Right, because Windows has a built-in filter. It knows who the trolls are.
That was like I googled the other day because when I get calls on my phone, it's really quiet, and even though I try to bump up the volume, it's like maxed out and it's still really quiet. So I googled it. Common problem with iPhones, but somebody wrote in and was like, "Oh, press down, like right around the speaker until you hear a click." Yeah.
You dumbass! You just broke the speaker.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "No, he's telling you to break your screen." Like.
All right, I got another one. When the new iPhones came out, you know how they got rid of like just the normal headphone jack?
I hated that.
They would tell people that the headphone jack is still there inside. You just got to drill for it.
That's so funny. I laugh at this, but I fell for one of these as a kid.
No, you didn't.
I did.
What
so
happened?
When I was 11 years old, I was playing RuneScape, and this person messaged me, and I had my private chat on, which means anyone could just find my name and message me. It wasn't set to friends only.
Sure.
And he goes, "Do you want to make a lot of money?" And I was like, "Yeah." And normally now, if anyone ever tells you, "Do you want to make a lot of money?" you don't respond to them. They're clearly a hacker.
Sure.
Or just an idiot.
Definitely.
So I was like, yeah, absolutely. He goes, all right. For anyone that doesn't know, this is a video game, and you have a username and a password. So he goes, change your password to "I need lots of gold."
No.
I fucking did it. I'm so sorry. I know I have a bachelor's and a master's degree. It doesn't matter. I was 11.
You were 11.
I fell for this. So I
You
changed
were
my
11.
fucking name to like I Want Gold or whatever it was. And I went to log back in and he changed my password. And I was like, "Oh, Matt, you fucking idiot." I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. But I was able to trick him into giving my password back. So I got my account back. But like I totally fell for this. It's like it's so easy to fall for these fucking
It's
things.
easy to fall for shit when you're 11.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a friend that almost fell for a catfish, big time.
Really?
Yeah, like he sent her a little bit of money, but she was yeah. So he connected with some girl that would claim to be out in Seattle. And she really, it's the same thing every time. I really want to come visit you, but like I'm just so strapped for cash.
Yeah.
So he bought a plane ticket for her. Didn't use the money for the plane ticket, obviously. The part that tipped him off, though, was that she claimed that she needed $700 to renew her passport.
What?
None of that makes any sense.
I don't even have a passport, and I know it doesn't cost $700 to renew it.
Just nothing about that sounds right. If a passport was $700 to renew, guess what? Not a lot of people would have passports.
This reminds me of...
Also, it's a domestic flight from, presumably.
Yeah. Definitely. No, I mean,
That's a good point.
That's an excellent point, but you'd be surprised, though. It's like, recently what they started doing was, I think for some domestic flights, you do need to show your passport, which is dumb, because you're within the country, like, it shouldn't matter.
But I think they want it, like the real ID.
Oh, yeah.
The real ID is one thing, yeah, because...
I haven't done that yet either.
I mean, you're not flying anywhere, right?
No, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
So,
anyhow.
That kind of reminds me of when I was searching for apartments. You would message the person and be like, "Oh, that's a pretty nice place, and it's only $1,500 a month. Like, I'll totally, like, I gotta contact this person for a tour."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I can't make the tour, but if you just fill out the sheet with your social security number and show up to the property, I'll give you the key."
No.
And it's like,
nope.
"Oh, okay." Do you want my bank account? Like, you fucking asshole.
I want to leave my credit card there, too? Like, God, who fights
That's
for
what they
this
say,
shit?
all those, like...
It's all on.
All those things on Facebook of, like, oh, have you ever been on a plane? What is your, how many kids do you have? What month did you get married? Like, all those things, it's like 30 questions about, like, yourself, and you just fill it out, and then it's like, repost and see what your friends did. It's all...
Oh, those are like
it's all
generic,
fishing.
like secondary
All
questions.
fishing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I never did those.
No.
I don't have social media though.
No, and you're smart for not having it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I feel very proud.
No, I pride myself in that too. You just don't need.
Do you
that
not
shit.
have it either?
I mean, I have a Facebook that I don't ever post anything to. The only reason if I had never studied abroad in Germany, I wouldn't have gotten to Facebook because I needed it for Messenger to just talk to people back here.
Oh, yeah.
I still have Messenger, but I mean, I don't post things on Facebook. I don't ever like update my status or anything. I've been tagged and stuff, which is one thing, but I think I posted one picture, and it was right when I got to Germany. It was the view from my apartment. That's it.
Do you remember those things that people would get tagged in, the viruses? It was like the fancy... So,
Sunglasses?
the sunglasses.
That still pops up in that the other day. I'm like, really? Like,
What
we're
is this?
still on this?
So,
Explain it to me.
So here's what happens.
50% off Ray-Bans.
So here's what happens. You have a friend, right? And like...
I do?
No. So, like,
What's that like?
say you have a friend that's, like, not stylish at all. Like, they're just typical person. Like, they go
Hi,
to work,
it's me,
they
I'm
go
your
home.
friend.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Hello.
Rude.
But, so, you go... All of a sudden, they post on Facebook, and it's, like, Ray-Ban sale, and it's like, oh, click on this link. Like, the next 20 people that click on this will get, like, $20 off of Ray-Bans, and they tag, like, X amount of people that they've never talked to in, like, years. And... that would happen, or like the fancy shoes, but it's just funny when like I picture my grandmother who my cousin made an account for, and she's like clearly 3,000 years old, like she doesn't know what Facebook is, and her website, she doesn't have Ray-Bans, she doesn't wear sunglasses, but she's telling all these people to get Ray-Bans, and my aunts are like posting on it like, those are really nice glasses. I'm like, oh, don't click on that. You're all stupid. It's a virus. They're neon sunglasses. It's a virus. Like, why would Yaya have that? Or like they do these like neon shoes.
Yeah.
They're like, check out these new Air Jordans. They're like bright watermelon color, and it's just like,
Wow, so fresh.
I know. and it's like first 10 people to click on it get $7 off. They're like, oh yeah, no, I totally want that. Like
$7.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just got tired of seeing those scams.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know those existed.
Though, if they
The watermelon Jordans. Wear the shit out of those.
You know what I also have been getting sick of?
What?
Things people have acquired during the pandemic, and I apologize for bringing this up. I just because I know we weren't going to talk about it.
You just had to get this off.
I feel like this really wets my socks. So, how's it going? This is brought to you by Wet Sock Podcast.
Follow us on YouTube.
Follow us on YouTube and nothing else. Maybe Spotify.
In our 144p videos.
I'm kind of tired of seeing what people got during the pandemic. Almost everyone's like, oh, we got a puppy, we got a kitten. I hear all these people acquiring pets or furniture or something like that. And furniture I understand, but it's yeah, I got kind of bored. And I got
crippling social anxiety.
I have severe anxiety. I got a cat.
So I figured I'd buy a couch.
Yeah. I bought a dog. And a bunch of people are just buying these cats and dogs now, out of nowhere. I don't know. It's just annoying to hear that. It's just you were bored. You bought an animal. You bought a living thing during this pandemic. I don't know. It just
pets are one thing, but it's not like nobody was out adopting kids.
No, but you can see if they were adopted, they probably did. They're just walking around on their Zoom calls or something. There's kids in the background. It's what's that noise? Oh, I just got a kid yesterday. I was bored. I was bored during the pandemic, so I got a kid.
Sounds like he's crying.
7 years old.
Do you want to step away from your desk for a little bit?
No, absolutely not. It's just the ambiance that helps me feel like a normal human again.
White noise helps me focus.
Yes, I really enjoy this.
Some people like ocean waves. I like the crying of a child.
I like the steps of a child and having them walk into
walls.
You're thumping in the walls.
Objects.
Yeah, you're looking for pitter patter is the phrase people love to toss around.
Daddy, I need Yoo-hoos. I'm on a fucking meeting call.
You ever drink a
Next
Yoo-hoo?
gen ASMR.
I have had Yoo-hoos.
For the longest time I thought it was chocolate milk. I didn't realize
fucking water.
It's a chocolate beverage.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I used to ask my mom. So this didn't even cue me in on this. Is it Q or Clue?
Clue?
Fuck.
The game? Or?
No, clue you in on this or cue you in on this?
Oh, clue you in on
Damn
this.
it. We're editing that. Just put a cat noise over it.
The keyboard's off.
Man. Oh, okay, whatever.
Meow.
Meow. So, I would always wonder why the big container of milk went bad. And the Yoo-hoos never did.
Uh-huh.
And I was just oh, this milk's way better. It's water.
It's just chocolate water, man.
Dude, but you get grossed out if you, say you had cereal and you had Cocoa Puffs and you put water in it. It's the same shit.
You know what's terrible? I actually thought about doing that this morning, but I stopped myself. So I got a big old box of Reese's Pieces in the pantry right now, but I don't go through milk fast enough. It's just me living here.
Yeah.
So, the milk I have in the fridge right now is no good. But I don't want to eat my cereal dry.
But you keep the milk in the fridge.
Well, I already tossed it. It smelled horrible.
Oh, I thought you just kept it.
Yeah. I just
I have to keep it for the same.
I want to see how bad it gets.
Yeah.
Put the cap back on.
It's like that Super Bowl commercial they had one where was it Geico or whatever, where they're smelling the warm the chunky milk.
Oh god, that's terrible.
That sounds nasty.
You know what's worse than that about the Super Bowl? Perfect. This is fucking Tom Brady. Okay, I'm so sick and tired of this shit.
Did you know that he won the Super Bowl?
No, I didn't. How did that happen? How could that happen? This fucking bullshit.
Dude, he won the Super Bowl.
When? What is the Super Bowl? Who's Tom Brady? It's just so annoying. Anytime someone calls me on a Teams call, they're like,
Did you know that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl?
You happy Tom Brady won the Super Bowl? Are you happy? Did you know he won?
The fact that he won is going to increase my productivity at work.
That made my life
it has
so much better.
a bearing on my life.
it's one of the best things I ever heard, because like when I'm stuck on a project and I get to talk to you for the first time in like 10 days, like we got to figure out this fucking bridge. It's like, oh.
Did you hear about Tom Brady?
Did you hear Tom Brady won the Super Bowl?
He won the Super Bowl.
He won it himself. That is the greatest athlete to ever live.
I don't even know what team he plays for, but he won the Super Bowl.
There's no one greater. There's no one greater than Tom Brady. Like, oh my god.
It's harmonized there for a split second.
Yeah, that was good. It annoys me. I hate generic conversations, and I can't stand when anyone wants to do this. And they're like, oh, do you want him to win? I was like, no. I don't want him to win. The guy's such a fucking drama queen. Like,
but Matt, he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they just keep bringing it up, and I'm like, I don't watch.
He won the Super Bowl.
Why is that such a popular conversation? Like, I clearly don't watch football. I don't like football. I don't know anything about football. It's stupid. There's too many breaks between plays. It's like it's just like, oh, he ran 30 feet now for a commercial break, and then they analyze the play of him running for 30 feet.
They got to circle a bunch of stuff on the screen.
Yeah, they're like, if he doesn't run 30 feet here, it's not going to go 30 feet there.
It's drawing X over here.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, fucking brilliant, and it's like, that's boring.
I'm just imagining.
That is so boring.
Oh, exactly. I'm just imagining. Not even John Madden, but like Frank Kelly.
Oh, Frank Kelly. First we're going to have breakfast, and then we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to have dinner.
Put the butter in the popcorn machine. Please, anybody who has no idea what we're talking about, look up just John Madden Mad TV. Just look that up on YouTube right now. Matt, take it away.
Second, on Thursdays, we're gonna start off with brunch, and then we're gonna have lunch, and then we're gonna have dinner, because we can't skip lunch.
My favorite one was the one they built the birdhouse. Hold the wood for me, Justin. He nails his hand. He's all bandaged up. Hold the wood for me, Justin.
That sounds like, remember that commercial where like the guy's phone screen is shattered and his hand was all bandaged up, and he's just like, scrape.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
Rings and he's like, dude.
Oh, yeah, he
thinking about whether or not he wants to answer because his hand is just like torn to shreds.
But yeah, anybody who's listening to this right now, you need just stop what you're doing, put this on pause, look up just John Madden Mad TV. Hilarious shit. Anyways, so Tom Brady.
I'm just sick of hearing it. Like, I'm tired of your conversation. I'd rather just someone immediately talk to me about work, or just tell me like their cat died, or like,
Jesus, man.
Like, I don't know, just something that's not football.
Okay.
I love when football season's over, but now it's a meme every time we talk at work.
We instead of football, we could talk about music.
Oh my god!
So there's this band that I started listening to. They're called the Beatles.
So, for people that are wondering why this is funny, we had a new employee, and they have these things that, like, the weekly newsletter, where they send them out to people in the emails, and they're like, oh, we have a new employee this week, and they're, like, giving him a bio. But it's the most vague fucking bio I've ever heard in my life. It's like, this is whoever the new person's name is. They really enjoy chicken and fish.
I feel like they caught this person on a bad day, though. Like, I'm terrible at answering these questions on the spot.
I know.
Like, what if they just panicked and said...
But why would they...
I like chicken.
But why would... But why would the marketing group... But the marketing group was like, oh, yeah, that's definitely a normal answer. Let's put it on a newsletter and send it to the whole company.
Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself. I like chicken.
I like chicken. One of my favorite...
I like turtles.
Do you like... I like turtles.
Do you like music? Yes.
Next question.
What's your favorite band?
I've
been really into the Beatles. Like...
There's this band called the Beatles.
Yeah, no, like...
That's what makes it funny is you have to phrase it like no one's ever heard of them before.
Oh, yeah. When I'm thirsty, I often think about drinking water.
When I'm cold, I put a sweatshirt on.
When I'm hungry, I usually eat food.
If my beard gets too long, I shave.
Sometimes when I don't smell good, I put on deodorant.
From our sponsors at Deodorant.
Our sponsors at Deodorant. Oh, God.
Remember, our loyal customers, you can find deodorant in any store.
Yeah, it's probably...
And be sure to apply it once you buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm sorry that peeves you so much. I just kind of laugh it off.
I don't know. It was just like too broad. It was like when I have to go somewhere, I usually travel. Well, that's about it. I think I've pretty much run out of things to talk about.
Matt got a lot of things off his chest today, so.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't do anything exciting in the past year and a half.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, alright. I guess we'll go. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast.
Sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah, really, if you made it this far again...
You deserve a reward.
Yeah, but that reward is brought to you by our other sponsor, food. Whenever you are hungry, usually food is pretty solid to ingest.
Sometimes it can be soft too, though. You don't want to get too limiting there.
Yeah, but it is nutritious.
Again, sometimes.
At times, and you should stick with that.
Especially chicken. Our friends at Chicken.
At Friends at Chicken, because when you want chicken and fish, you can eat chicken and fish. Thank you. And that was episode 2 of the podcast.
The Wet Sock Podcast.
The Wet Sock Podcast. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and then donate, even though we don't have an official platform to donate to.
Nor do we have a Patreon, but if you feel like sending us money, go for it.
Yeah, if you can find us, please give us money. Thank you. We are employed, though, so don't feel pressured.
No pressure whatsoever.
Yeah.
Donate as much as you want, for as long as you want.
Yeah,